Well, guys, it's really been a while since I've seen gases for this price. $2.95 a gallon. That's insane. Gets cheaper and cheaper every day by a penny or two. Well, hi guys. Again, it's Saturday night, about 7:40, 7:48, and I'm in the truck camper again, right outside my driveway, and I'm checking out this little brother of the InstaFlame Ember. This is the InstaFlame. I forgot what this thing's called, but it's a heater and a stove all built in one. But its primary function is heat. So it's a heater. It's got the same propane little canisters inside, and it has a fan in the back end that actually blows the air outward. So hot to the touch. I just started it up a few minutes ago. I got my Ember going. It's about 100 degrees in there. I got some fries in there and some wings. This is frozen stuff. So I got from the dollar store. So we're gonna see how that fares. You know, cooking something from scratch, from raw to done, it takes forever in this thing. You know, it'll get it done, but it takes a long time. So if you're hungry, you better, not be in a hurry to eat. But I'm gonna see how it does with frozen food, or food that's needs to be warmed back up again, or something that needs to be kept warm that's already been cooked over the fire or something. And it will generate heat. It will output heat. The outside gets warm to the touch, and it warms the area, and it's really cozy in here now. But I'm attributing that to this heater here because it has a fan, and it has 3 of those little canisters, as opposed to there's only 2 of them in this one. So there's 3 in this one, and it has a fan that blows the air. So I'm pretty comfortable. There are my feet down there, and I got a little shelf right here across to the other side that sits on here, and this will slide. So slide all the way back to where I can get access to things that are down in there. Come back even more. So, but I can't pull it back because I'm sitting here. And it makes a nice little table for me to eat on. And I put a blanket on there, and Cole can sleep on that, which he never uses. He always cuddles up in the bed with me. He doesn't like to sleep by himself, you know. But if it gets hot enough in here, he'll come down off of the bed. He'll get down on the floor here and sleep instead of getting up there where it's cooler down here. So I can take more heat than he can, you know. So that works out good. But I know my bed's a little messy. I didn't make it up from the night before. But like I said, I'm in my driveway, and I'm trying. Actually, I'm trying this. This is my first time actually trying this. You know, so I forgot what this thing is called. But it's nice. Even though outside gets hot, these handles here stay relatively cool. They feel kind of plastic. So I think the heat comes from the bottom and works its way up into this area here, and then it collects inside this, and gets hot, and then there's a fan right back here. And the fan is powered by the heat itself. So let me get this light down here so you can get a better look at it. There we go. The fan is actually powered by the heat. It takes a while for it to get hot enough for the fan to start going, but eventually it will go. Let me see. No, it's not going yet. So it's just the heat coming out and whatever. So it's pretty warm, and heat is kicking off out of that thing even without the fan going. So it's pretty cool. It gets pretty warm without the heat even being on. So, yeah, without the fan even being going. So, but this all heats up. I'm gonna sleep in here with this here. I'm pretty comfortable with this now. But anyway, like I say, I'm trying my preps and whatever in the safety of my driveway, not too far from the house. Pretty much everything that you see on is on by battery power. And I do have a cord from outside from the house to turn my heaters on if I need them tonight. It's not supposed to get as cold as it was last night. Siri. Hey Siri. Tonight's weather.
It's currently cloudy and 34 degrees. Expect mostly cloudy skies later tonight. Temperatures will range from a high of 34 degrees at 7:54 p.m. to a low of 27 around 1 a.m.
So there you have it. We're talking about snow tomorrow. Hey Siri. Tomorrow's weather.
Expect sleet tomorrow. The high will be 37 degrees and the low will be 25.
Ooh, okay. So that's what we got to look forward to. But anyway, I'll be eating these chicken wings and fries when they get done in this oven. I'm thinking probably it'll be like 3 hours at the most. Maybe, yeah, about 3 hours. Because it's just now, I don't even have 200 degrees yet in here, in the heater. So, but it's going. So, I'm in no rush. I got a bag of chips to tide me over, and some Crunch bars, and some of these things. I get this stuff from the dollar store. I got a lot of good stuff from the dollar store, guys. Prep stuff, canned goods, canned soups, canned chili, canned beans. You know, for $1.25 a can or whatever. That's not too bad, you know, considering the prices of things are today. So, but speaking of prepping, I went over my mother's for Thanksgiving and whatever, and my mother is a hoarder, which makes her a prepper by default, because she's got all kinds of food in the house. She tends to go to the food banks and stuff like that, and they give away food for free. Since she don't have a job, she just goes around and just gets everything that she can get, you know, and she gives it away to people. She gives it away, you know, to me, to other people, whoever that she knows, you know, because she gets way more than she can eat. And so the house is stocked with all kinds of food and stuff, whatever. So she's got plenty of food to eat and whatever. And so if anything, grid down situation happens, she'll be okay. Only problem with her is by her giving things to people so much, they'll be expecting to get more from her, you know. They'll be, you know, depending on her to give them stuff, you know. So, but that's the bed she's made herself in. So that's just the way it is. But she's got plenty of stuff. She ain't gonna go hungry. She gave me a bunch of stuff when I went over for Thanksgiving. I brought my cooler with me. I brought my Tupperware. I got all the leftovers from the meal, which were quite a bit because everybody that came over had already eaten, you know, before they came over. Because it was about 4 o'clock by the time I got there. I was supposed to have been there too, but it was about 4 by the time I got there because I went down to the Riverwalk and I, you know, did a little sightseeing before I even got there. So I was late, you know, but I was the first one there. So everybody had already eaten. So the meal that she had cooked, you know, don't worry, it won't go to waste because I got all the leftovers in Tupperware containers and I brought them home with me and I'm going to eat that stuff. So it's going to be all good. But anyway, I'll flip it around so you guys can see. Got my back against the window. This is the back window of the camper. And I'm actually facing the cab. So that's how I'm oriented. And there's my fan there, exhaust fan. And there's me. There's my light. And that's how I got things set up. I still need a stand for my phone. Didn't get to do anything today because I was so tired. I know you guys are sick of hearing me say how tired I am, but it just happens to be a fact. I was so tired that I slept in today. I didn't get up until about, I think it was 3:30 and maybe 4 o'clock when I got up. Because I didn't sleep very well in here in the truck and whatever, because I was, afraid this thing was gonna, eat up all the oxygen and I was gonna die in here from not having any oxygen. But I'm pretty comfortable with it now. It was okay. There's plenty of air spaces for air to get in here, for the air to exchange in here, so it's pretty safe. I feel confident sleeping in here now. But it did get cold last night. And I went in the house and got in my bed for a while. Then I came back out here after about a couple of hours and then spent the rest of the night out here. And then woke up to the sunshine this morning, and then got up, cleaned things up, gave Cole the rest of the leftovers from my food that I had. And then I went in the house and went back to sleep again and slept until, almost, I think it was about 2 o'clock or maybe 3 o'clock, when I got up, whatever. So my body is just used to getting up at that time and sleeping at that time. So if I ever get days, it'll be a whole different story. I'll have more time, whatever. But until that happens, this is where I'm at. Hopefully after the holiday, they'll go ahead and change my schedule. But we'll see. I think what the problem is, by being on afternoons, I get paid more. I don't know, 40 cents more or something like that. It's not much. But it adds up, when you get 40 or 50 hours, 60 hours sometimes, so if they change you to a different shift, you get less. So I don't think they can actually pay you less. I think they have to keep paying you the same amount. And if that's the case, I will keep my mouth shut and take that money. And it'll be all good. But anyway, I was just talking about my mother and her preps, which she has a lot of stuff. Yeah, a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff that she's never going to eat. And the thing you want to avoid when it comes to your preps is getting stuff that you don't want. Always get stuff that you want. These here, I love these things. I got a bunch of these in my preps. Probably about 10 or 15 more boxes of this stuff. And these things here, I tend to eat these or whatever. These are good for eating and whatever you want something sweet and whatever, you're going to want that. And these are small and compact. You can trade these for stuff, if you need to barter, whatever, if things get bad and you need to, something you need that somebody else has that you don't have, then there you go. That's what I would say. If you haven't prepared and you're not a prepper, but you want to be, I would suggest you buy a bunch of stuff that's really cheap that people can easily get today. That's cheap and wherever you can get a bunch of it for a very low price. And but if shit hits the fan, it'll be worth its weight in gold, and you'll be able to barter with it. You'll be able to trade it for food, whatever. Something like cigarettes, which is not cheap now. Cigarettes are expensive. But if you don't smoke, get a bunch of them because you're not going to use them. And you can barter with them. You can trade with them. And people that do smoke, man, they will give you just about anything for some cigarettes. That's just one thing. Cigarettes. What else? What else? Oh, coffee. That's another thing. People are addicted to coffee. And coffee is really cheap. You can get coffee for really, really cheap. Get a bunch of that stuff and wherever you got something to trade. It ain't going to cost you no whole lot of money, but yet it's worth its weight in gold if everything goes south. So whatever you don't have, you'll be able to trade that for the stuff that you don't have. That would be the way to go. So it's an idea. But I'm getting a little impatient. I want my food to get done, but it's still not even 200 degrees yet. So like I say, you get this thing, just keep in mind that it cooks the food really good. That meat was so juicy and tender. It was delicious, guys. I'm telling you, it did a really good job because it cooks it really slow. It's not under any pressure, but it's really slow cook, and the heat, penetrates really slowly, and it cooks it really good, and the juices are delicious. And man, it does a good job. But the thing is, it does it so slow, guys. It takes every bit of that 6 hours, for those heaters to do the job. But it does a good job. I've got to try this thing with some actual wood, some actual sticks and twigs and stuff. And whatever, I got to try it with that. It'll get a lot hotter, and I'll see how that works. I still want to bake a cake or some cornbread in this thing. I'm gonna try that at some point. See how it works with that, and with this one, I'm gonna try and fry some eggs or something or whatever on that one. Oh, speaking of eggs, those eggs that I had on top, the water never came to a boil. Those eggs got slightly cooked. They were more like poached. And they were runny. When I cracked them open, they were runny. So they never really got, hard boiled like I like them. I don't like poached. I ended up feeding them to Cole. Cole ate them. He was glad to get them. But those eggs weren't my speed and whatever. So even though this thing on top gets really hot, you put eggs on there, it's going to take forever for them to get, hard boiled, if they ever do. But now if you want to heat up some water to, make some ramen noodles or something, it'll work. Once again, though, it'll take a long time for that water to get hot, But the thing is, with ramen noodles, it doesn't have to be boiling. Or a meal MRE, the water doesn't have to be boiling as long as it gets hot enough to soak the food and to dissolve into it and to warm it up to eat and enough to eat. Well, to my taste, I don't like the water to be boiling because it's too hot to eat. Then I have to wait for it to cool back off again. Well, that's wasted energy to bring it all the way to a boil unnecessarily when maybe half that temperature would be sufficient. But we'll see. So, but anyway, I'm rambling and whatever. I'm gonna go ahead on and chill out in my truck the rest of the night. Enjoy this nice warm heat. Eat me some of these snacks. And I know it's not the healthiest thing. I'm working on it. Wash it down with this pop. I am not a good example, guys. Don't do what I do. But anyway, I'm gonna enjoy myself. I'm gonna start drinking more water this year. But anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.